What's up, everybody? It's Make It Make Sense. I'm sorry I'm a couple minutes late. DB already started telling me y'all gonna start charging me late fees. Sorry. But this is exclusive. I wanted to bring it to you guys, and I want you guys to kind of tell me what you think about this. Like the video as the intro plays, because we got a lot to get into.
Make it make sense to me intellectually.
What I love about Mims, Make It Make Sense, he's a YouTuber. He gets the court record. So he gets the cases.
Make it make sense. You knew it was up. And don't you forget that.
Big Mims. Surfer. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you see. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you see. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense.
Can you release me?
You want me to let you go?
Yeah, please. I'm sorry for everything. If you let go, I won't be in the streets no more.
You're not gonna work on the streets no more and be out here and about? You give me your word you're gonna take off out of here, not stick around?
I'll leave, okay? I won't ever do it. I'll be a boy for you. I won't work my looks no more. Excuse my beauty.
Excuse your beauty. Okay.
Okay, y'all. Let's start with the foolishness. I think congratulations are in order. Saucy Santana is pregnant. Saucy Santana, want y'all to know he is pregnant. Unsure of the baby daddy, but good luck to him for all of that. Good luck. I'm sure we'll be seeing him on Maury sometime soon, sometime real soon, for the paternity of the father. Biggie Smalls' mom has jumped into the ring. She is not playing with Diddy. I'm almost certain she had to have some inclination that something was up with him, and I would not be surprised if, dating back to way back when her son was unalived, if Miss Wallace ever thought that Diddy played a part in it. But according to her, she says she'll be popping him if she ever sees him. It says Rolling Stone dropped the bombshell article about Sean Diddy Combs, where they exposed the mogul's behind-the-scenes life through multiple sources who claim to have known him throughout the years. After the expose, the publication was able to catch up with Notorious B.I.G.'s mother, Valletta Wallace, and it's safe to say she didn't mince her words when it came to Diddy. Wallace says she initially didn't want to believe the allegations against Diddy, given her experience with him through her late son, but when she saw the video, there was no denying the monster she witnessed in that surveillance footage was Cassie. Wallace says she hopes Diddy apologizes to not only Cassie, but his own mother for the embarrassment. Don't throw in all the other women he's hit and men. She is even willing to take matters into her own hands if she ever saw Diddy again. Men, women that he violated, that sex worker who has now come forward and will be testifying. I think apologies owed all around. I'm sick to my stomach, Wallace said to Rolling Stone. I'm praying for Cassie. I'm praying for his mother. I don't want to believe the things that I've heard, but I've seen the hotel video. I pray that he apologizes. I hope that I see Sean one day, and the only thing I want to do is slap the daylights out of him. And you can quote me on that, she adds, because I liked him. I didn't want to believe all the awful things, but I'm so ashamed and embarrassed. We don't know that it's Odie, but we do know that there's a sex worker who has come forward. And there was a tape of this sex worker found in the raid. And that male sex worker is willing to cooperate. But what they did not mention is after the son passed, Puffy was everywhere, big up and big. That's my brother. I love him. And when Rolling Stones wanted to give him a cover, as in Biggie, Puffy said, F no. I need the cover because I have an album coming out and I'm still alive. Now, we all know those album sales would not have been anything without every feature he had on that and all of the publicity from Biggie's death. Is he importing escorts from out of town? That is trafficking. And that is, I feel like we're in a space now where everybody should just come forward. Everybody just needs to come forward. And, you know, gone are the days where people relegate sex workers to the people who are, you know, behind the curtain or over there. At the end of the day, we're all people. At the end of the day, if you choose to sell your body for money, that's one thing. People should not be taking advantage of you because you choose to sell your body for money. People should not be drugging you because you choose to sell your body for money. People should not be beating you unless that's what you're into. But you guys get what I'm saying with this. We're to a space now where everybody has a voice, everybody has an opinion, and everybody deserves, you know, basic human decency. But okay, let's get into this. So y'all, the streets are on fire, and it's about your boy Diddy. Now, what I then heard, there have been a number of cyber attacks involving people in the orbit. But we haven't heard of any cyber attacks on Diddy's side. Now that's playing dirty. So you hear about cyber attacks and you're like, okay, well, what does that like really entail? You know, what does that mean? What damage could be done? If, I don't know, let's say you have files on your phone. Let's say you have your email account attached to your phone and you have files on there. That could be very hurtful and detrimental to cases. And if old Mr. Diddy is attached to that, it could be a problem. So when, you know, you hear things and then you kind of want to like source it out. As soon as I heard that, the first thing I thought about was this random ass baby mama. She's a beautiful woman, but how does a 53-year-old Diddy interact with a 28-year-old doctor turned cybersecurity expert who's the youngest in her field in her company? So you hear that there's some cyber stuff going on, and then it's not a hop, skip, and a jump to then make the correlation. Yeah, somebody says she was married to an Asian man, but you know what you can't find on the net? Pictures of her ex-husband. Yes, Diddy got with an Asian woman who was married to an Asian man and produced a child. And that child is the reason that she's not with her husband, because the child was going to come out mixed. They all allegedly. Allegedly. Not only that, but, you know, there's enough money and power and influence that even if she didn't do it or isn't technically doing it, it doesn't mean that you don't have a network of people. And by network, I'm talking you can go really deep in this. You can go straight to Russia, you can go to India, you can go to a lot of places that can attack you, but it's not fair in these type of situations. If Diddy is found to be involved, expect to hear about that. Expect to hear about that. Somebody said he's not that smart. You would be surprised the things that I have heard from behind the scenes. But let's get a little bit into Dana, y'all. This is what she looks like when she's not all glammed up. This was a piece written all about Dana. Reducing risk, how cybersecurity future-proofs our lives. Despite originally training to be a doctor, when Dana experienced firsthand the impact of a national cyber attack, she found another way to answer her calling to help people. We're talking genius level here, guys. So your genius level in this specific field, and your very rich baby daddy needs something, who do you think those calls will be made to? Who do you think could advise on how to do this as effectively as possible? Maybe the person who is paid very generously to look into the future of cybersecurity. This is some deep stuff. When people say, they don't really understand quite how dangerous Diddy is, it's not just about money. It's about attachment to very powerful people. It's about attachment to the smartest people in their field. Let's just use Little Rod for an example. If Little Rod's attorney said in that first complaint that this man has hours of video footage and hours of audio recordings that implicate Diddy in all kinds of drugs, guns, sex trafficking, and all these things, wouldn't you want to try to get into their files and their databases? And that's just one person. We are hearing that Cassie is willing to talk to the FBI and the feds. Wouldn't you want to have access to her emails, her text messages, those type of things that she would be communicating with the FBI, her attorneys? So I tried to do a little bit more digging. Now, I'm not really trying to mess with Dana Tran, y'all. But, very few things are actually known about her. And very few things are on the internet. You can always at least find a photo. Why is there no photos of her husband? Because if you are smart enough in cybersecurity, you can get stuff scrubbed. One thing she can't get scrubbed is she was besties with some Vanderpump Rules person over on Bravo. So, even the brilliant ones look for a moment every now and then, but that still would not put her in a place to get pregnant by Diddy. Now, she is the phenotype. Diddy does like Asian women, but that's not where I'm going with that. That's not where I'm going with that. Keep your eyes on this. I would not be surprised if this comes up when everything goes down. You can only F with people so much. And right now, I really feel like Diddy thinks he's above the law. I really feel like this man thinks he's untouchable. I really feel like, Diddy, you're going to the Bahamas with your drug mule. But what I have also heard is very true, is the allegations that Kim's house was surveilled. And surveilling people. Now, what I want to find out is if Cassie's home was surveilled, because even at the height of their relationship, Diddy had Cassie living in a apartment near his place at all times, which meant that he was in control of that. I wonder, I haven't heard that yet, but I wonder if Cassie was also being surveilled in the same way. Nobody hasn't mentioned him too much. You're right. This is Diddy's bodyguard who allegedly covered up the shooting, who allegedly was there, or not allegedly, was there the night that Michael Jackson passed away, we'll say. Poppy, you would hope. You would hope. But what the streets are saying, I'm inclined to believe. Okay, y'all. So let's move on. Now, yeah, somebody said money's a hell of a drug. Jessica, what's up, Jessica? She says, yes, everyone has a voice in human rights, ladies. Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, they're male sex workers. You just can't, if somebody chooses to sell their body, then somebody chooses to sell their body. But I don't know, just weird things happen. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Quincy deleted everything on his Instagram, which is not surprising because Quincy has pretty much kept his nose clean. You never really hear too much about Quincy doing anything wrong. He was definitely a mama's boy, and he has kept himself under the radar. He's tried to have like somewhat of a music career. He deleted everything after this. But what I always found strange, and I showed you guys this, was why did Little Rod delete everything on his Instagram? That didn't necessarily make any sense to me. So then I was like, okay, maybe he did it because it was legally he needed to, but no, his attorney has kept everything that he said up, and now all the allegations are out. So I'm going to keep an eye out on Little Rod. But for anybody involved in anything, just know the pendulum always swings the other way. Yeah, Quincy is unproblematic. Somebody said keep Lil Rod safe. I'll say this. Cassie opened the door and really exposed Diddy. Little Rod kicked the rest of that door in. And I can't say this enough. There are two people impacted for the rest of their lives in terms of their careers. And that's going to be Little Rod and Cassie's producer friend, Tiffany Red. These people are not going to be able to work and do what they need to do to make money. So I was talking to an attorney. I said, what happens if some of these have to go to trial? All of these people who have these civil lawsuits, their cases are going to be put on hold should the feds actually come out with an indictment. Everything gets put on hold. So these people's lives will continue to be impacted. As soon as the indictment comes through, it's similar to like Tasha K going into bankruptcy. Everybody who has claims against her, all of those are put on hold until the bankruptcy, which supersedes everything. If Diddy is indicted, all of these victims are on hold. And let's just say he gets indicted and, money gets funny for him, or he has put enough things in enough people's names that he is no longer the person who is the rich one. It might now be his daughter or his son, which I'm looking into. He can file bankruptcy, which further extends those cases. So if he's indicted by the feds, he has all the time to fight that in the world. After that's over, he can then go in and declare a bankruptcy. protect Tiffany Red, protect Lil Rod, even protect old crazy ass Tyrone's ass. I can't get enough of the way Tyrone writes his complaints. But, you know, I've even heard that Tyrone being potentially sanctioned is not as big of a deal as it's being played up in the media, which also then makes you think, why is that being played up in the media? Some attorneys say that they would never write the legal complaints like that, et cetera, but it's not unheard of. So if he's not doing anything out of the ordinary, why is this making it to media? Because Diddy's side is also putting it in the media, guys. Diddy's side is all... I was so glad that the judge put that notation in there that you're asking me for a sanction, but sanctions are typically sealed, and you did not file any paperwork to get this sanction recommendation sealed, which means that they wanted us to see it. I keep telling you guys, when you think, oh, you know, maybe a cyber attack isn't that bad, it's bad. When you think of him being able to play TMZ to his side, that's bad, y'all. That means that you have some power. There's a reason that Kanye West chose, what's that guy's name? A Hollywood Unlocked to do his social media, because YouTube, TikTok, Instagram is the wave of the future. It's a lot cheaper than television airplay, and people actually tune in. Keep your eyes open, straight shooters. These kind of things may seem small, but they are not small. And I'll leave that at that. So in terms of what's going on with Trump, a lot of people don't really know specifically what this means. A lot of people, like, we are so splintered as Americans when it comes to politics, which is why I don't even really get into them. I was overwhelmed in 2016 and 2020 to the point where I actually had anxiety. So when you guys hit me up about, you know, what do you think? And I'm just like, I don't even want to get into it because anxiety is hard to deal with. But I wanted you guys to see this because it kind of explains exactly what happened, and they did a pretty good job of it.
34 separate counts, 34 for falsifying business records, 34 separate. Trump has just been found guilty for falsifying business records, 34 separate counts, 34 separate documents that prosecutors were able to prove to the jury that he had falsified in order to cover up hush money payments that he had paid to Stormy Daniels leading up to the 2016 election. So as you remember, Stormy Daniels alleged that she and Donald Trump had an affair, and that later on,
somebody said really quick, why is TMZ the news? How did TMZ become the news? Amy, I don't know if TMZ pays people, but I knew that TMZ had a lot more power than people were giving them when TMZ got the photos. Didn't TMZ get the photos of Kobe first after, you know, the accident crash? And I was like, this literally just happened. People run to TMZ. Harvey is uber rich.
He paid her $130,000 as hush money payments so that she wouldn't go public with her story. Michael Cohen, Donald Trump's then fixer / attorney turned Donald Trump adversary, made the payments to Stormy Daniels, and he testified that it was Donald Trump at Donald Trump's instructions. He said that Donald Trump reimbursed him for those funds. The key here is that the prosecutors had to prove that Donald Trump made those payments to Stormy Daniels, number one, and number two, did so for the purpose of influencing the election. And that was the burden that the prosecutors had to prove. They did that, says the jury, by pointing to witnesses like David Pecker, the head of the National Enquirer, Stormy Daniels, and Donald Trump, all of whom testified that as part of this payment, Stormy Daniels wouldn't testify, and therefore the electors, the voters, wouldn't learn about the hush money payments and the affair until after the 2016 election. Again, guilty on all 34 counts that he falsified business records in order to cover up the fact that he had had an affair with Stormy.
Okay, so I know a lot of people who follow me aren't necessarily Americans. Let me tell you what this means for American politics. Not a damn thing. In America, if you go to jail and you're a felon, you can't vote. But if you want to run for president as a felon, you have free reign to do so. This is why I tell you guys I get so frustrated with politics as a whole. Republicans hated Hillary. Democrats hate Trump. Republicans, let me show you guys. Republicans were extremely happy when where is it? When Hillary went to trial right before an election for her emails. Y'all remember that? Sounds like forever ago, but it was literally just like 8 years ago. Democrats were happy when Nixon got impeached. Republicans were happy when Clinton got impeached. Democrats were happy when it was found out that Trump had, here we go. Judge fined Trump $2 million for misusing charity foundation. The thing is, none of this stuff changes people's minds. If you like Trump, you're going to vote for him. If you like Biden, you're going to vote for him. It just is what it is. That's why I do not let celebrities endorse people for me. Why would I need you? Why would I need a celebrity telling me what my interests are? The best thing that I can advise anybody to do is pay attention, look into everything, question everybody's motives, and do what's best for you. That just is what it is. I can't get y'all. I've only had one anxiety attack in life, and I was so tuned in because I'm a person who I watch everything. I was watching MSNBC, CNN, Fox News. I was watching everything around the clock, and it just starts to envelop your life. And I cannot let that be. Do I still vote? Of course. But I can't let that tug of war take me over. And so that's why it's not my, it's why I don't cover it. You got whole families who won't talk to each other because you fall on what they feel is the wrong side. And I'm not doing that shit. So I wanted to bring you guys the story because it's breaking news, and that's what I do. I hope for people who are not in America, you know exactly what it was for. Basically, Trump had a mistress dating a long, long time ago. She was an adult film star. He did not want it to get in. He did not want the story to get out. So he used his attorney to make hush money payments to her and, sign the NDA, yada, 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 falsified documents. And now we have the next big scandal. She was investigated. Excuse me, Toria. She did not go to trial, but she was investigated right before an election. Spiritual gangster Miss Tanya says Quincy deserves to be clear. Diddy tried to control him. Carisha being asked to co-op in the Carisha just stopped talking. Carisha is over here literally trying to tell us now that she does not like golden sprinkles. But you told us you were into it. If you're into, Diddy doing that with you and you were comfortable and y'all were two consenting adults, that's you. I just hope you showered after. But anyway, somebody said we know all this. Everybody who's a straight shooter is not necessarily a American citizen. So I have to let the people know exactly what's going on. But from all sides, the only thing politicians in America agree on is TikTok. That's it. That's the only thing American politicians agree on is TikTok. it is what it is. That's it. TikTok is what we get bipartisan voting on. So let's get into Keke, because tonight I'm gonna be with my sister on her channel doing, I was at Love During Lockup or something like that. I think we're doing Love During Lockup. If I can find her channel, I'll put it in the chat. But if it's Reddit Lane. I'll share it in my if you're into that show and you want to watch a review, we'll be doing that. So Keke surprised the hell out of me, y'all. Keke surprised the hell. Yeah, my real sister. I did see that there was a woman who made some content in her classroom wearing her, she made some OnlyFans content in her classroom wearing the school's insignia. Look, until we start paying teachers enough money and until we start actually teachers having to buy kids supplies, she had to do what she had to do. Okay, not Keke. No, Keke's not doing OF. There was a teacher in Texas who was making her content in her classroom, and she was wearing her school's like insignia, so you knew exactly who it was, and she was doing it in her classroom. That's a problem. But okay, yeah, Keke surprised the hell out of me. Now I was a big proponent for Keke getting the restraining order, but Keke Palmer drops restraining order and custody request against Darius Jackson. If you guys don't remember, I can't show you the video, but there was a video of Darius putting his hands on Keke, so we got to see the abuse firsthand. Then Darius came out, and I think Darius went to Armand Wiggins and gave Armand information or text messages where he was alleging that Keke was putting her hands on him. So then that got released. But it says the case, which garnered significant attention in 2023, appears to be moving towards a resolution away from the courtroom. According to new court documents obtained by The Blast, the domestic violence restraining order hearing, which was scheduled for July 16, 2024, has been canceled. Palmer's attorney filed the documents leading to the removal of the hearing from the court's calendar. While the precise reasons for this decision remain undisclosed, it is speculated that Palmer and Jackson may have reached a private agreement. This development comes 5 months after the former couple agreed to engage in court-mandated mediation session, suggesting that a truce might have been achieved behind the scenes. The initial filing by Palmer was a significant move, as she thought both a domestic violence restraining order and sole custody of their son, citing abuse. The case highlighted the ongoing struggles and legal battles faced by individuals dealing with domestic violence allegations. I'm not like a new parent. I don't know what this. I'm sure Keke wants her son's father in his life. But if you are showing up to my house, showing up to my house unannounced, recording me, and physically assaulting me, stealing my cell phone, embarrassing me on the internet, I just hope that Keke knows what she's doing and that Keke is going to be in a safe space, because that nigga seems crazy. Are these type of documents readily available? Now, it depends on your state. I can get some things. I need the private investigator to get other things. I need the attorneys to get other things. Typically, when you have a case like this where, you know, it's child custody, I would think it would be sealed, but I wouldn't even be surprised if Darius gave this to them. Certain things I can usually just tell you, oh, well, you know that this person gave this to CNN. Just like we now know that that tape was given to CNN to hurt Diddy's case once it goes to court, and to hurt his federal case, because now he can't deny that he is an abusive person. Too Adorable says, at Diddy's age, it's not a shower, it's a drip. And you know, we keep hearing about that it's prepubescent, so maybe it is a sprinkle drip. Let me stop. I don't know what that. I don't know what that man size is. I just know that every single woman that we hear say he's not my type. Gina said he wasn't my type. I like the things he did for me. He forced Cassie into making out with him the first night that he was officially her boss. Nobody is looking at Diddy and thinking, I got to get a piece of that. Maybe Meek. I'm just playing. Meek was also there for the money. That it sure wasn't Carisha. Diddy ain't even her type. Why am I like this? I am actually 4 minutes late for my sister's video, so she's probably going to beat the hell out of me. So, guys, I got to run. This was a shorter video, but if you were just getting in here, you definitely want to go back because the first part of that was definitely an exclusive. I don't think that is out anywhere else yet, but definitely you'll want to be here for the first part. Y'all have a good night. Try not to have anxiety. I can tell you it's nothing to play with. Y'all, bye, y'all. See y'all tomorrow. I had a whole nother story. Oh, I heard some stuff about Kim and Gina, and I pieced some things together. So look out for that tomorrow. But it's actually something that I pieced together that surprised the hell out of me. And it was about both of those ladies taking their power back. So look out for that tomorrow. Have a good night, y'all.